I'm at it again. Well, this time I came to my senses a little bit. I've decided that I am just going to give up on trying to repair the Blazer myself. But there's a few things in the Blazer category that I'm able to do, basically the grunt work of it. I was eager to pull this engine out and have it delivered, have it rebuilt or whatever. But then my mom, my nephew, my family was like, you know what? You don't have time to work on the Blazer. And so I am not going to get the credit for getting this running, the Blazer. I really wanted to get it running myself. But it's just funny that how pride comes before the fall. Almost a year ago, I had it running. I started it. I replaced the rod bearings, and I started it, had it running, but then there was a terrible tapping sound. Tap, tap, tap. I'm kind of thinking that maybe the belt was hitting something, but I couldn't get it restarted anyways. And then when I tried to get it restarted, there was a pop. Boom. I guess it was called, there's backfire, but it's okay. There's a exhaust backfire and then the intake backfire. So there was a backfire intake, and it actually demolished. Well, it didn't demolish. I'm over exaggerating a little bit, but it caused damage to the valve cover. So because of that, and because of a number of things, I said to myself, I am not going to be the one to get this Blazer running. I attempted it, but there's a few things within my skill set that I could do myself. And one of them is this right here. This is the, I'm sure there's a name for it, but there's rod bearings and all this stuff and whatever. So I am going to have the Blazer taken somewhere and get it running. And the other stuff within my skill set, like replacing seats, doing interior, doing all that stuff, I could do myself. So this is probably coming to one of the final videos before this Blazer is running. So I'm looking forward to having this Blazer running. I'm probably going to get to drive it maybe a couple months before my nephew gets his license and takes over the car. But I am coming to my senses because I have mechanical skills, but it's limited to a lot of the very intricate things. Because like I said in one of my other videos, an engine has to run accurately in a precision way. Precisionness. Just like my argument about truth. Truth matters. Just like an engine, when it's running, it has a fire on all 6 cylinders in this case. And I can't just like have a whole idea of like, oh, well, it's just gonna, put in the spark plugs and then turn the key. No. Because if it's not precise and it's not precision, in this case, it's not going to run. But let me show you a couple things before I wrap up this video. I want to just show you a few things that's going to take place. And like always, like everyone says in their videos, oh, please subscribe, please like. I do a lot of random content on my channel, which I'm okay with it. Maybe some of you guys are like, whoa, this guy's a weirdo. He's talking like philosophy 1 minute, he's talking politics 1 minute, he's talking about personal life. But those are the subjects that are so really intriguing. Personal life, religion, politics. So this is a 1989 S10 Blazer. Has a 4.3 engine in it. It's four-wheel drive, and there's the shoot. I don't think this is the transaxle axle. Have no idea what the technical name for this is, but I gotta put this back in the Blazer. I gotta basically get it on four wheels again. You see, from it just sitting around. Gosh, I won't even turn. Woo, it's seized. But anyways, I'm just gonna do very basic stuff to this Blazer to get it on four wheels again, and part of it is doing this. This is the outer tie rod, the inner tie rod. I have the tools to pop this out. So the idea is to put it back together exactly the way I found it. So I'm actually going to refer to this, take a couple still frame pictures, and try to duplicate this. This is the inner tie rod end. This piece, if I could get it, maybe I'll replace this whole thing, rebuild it from scratch, get it the same length. This you could buy brand new too, but I don't know what could go wrong with this. It's just holes in a rod, and there's this side. So I'll take a picture of this side. I'm doing still frames while I'm videotaping it. So that's that. And then this side I completely took apart. Should be easy enough to put it all back together the way that I saw. I never pressed the brakes, so this cylinder should be okay. So put this all back together the way I found it. This is like a brake line. Should replace some brake lines and stuff, but the first thing I want to do is get the engine started, get this running. Because the idea is to drive it while I fix it. In theory, but it's just going to be a lot of work as I go. And this is the engine. Watch my other videos, because you'll see this has been the star of my show for a little bit. But yeah, something was tapping away when this was running last, and it sounded like it could have been this. The valves. But I'm not a trained mechanic, you know, changing oil, changing spark plugs, you know, doing a little bit of this and that. Like, let me show you. I actually did the glove box. See? I threw away the old glove box already, but look. This was broken off. This stud here was broken off. This just popped out and put the one that went with the vehicle. I mean, maybe could have painted this, you know, a little bit of this and that. See, this steering wheel is falling apart. I got this leather steering wheel from the junkyard that was already out. The top was put some vinyl tape on there, but this is the upgraded steering wheel. And that's the steering wheel that's all falling apart right there. But so I've done a little bit of this and that. These seats, look, the seat doesn't even latch. I saw a seat on the internet, and the seat was like over 100 miles away. They were giving away the cabin, 2 cabins for Blazer S10s, I think 1989. And you're supposed to come pick up the whole cabin, because they took it off the chassis, because these cabins come off of the chassis really easily, so you could just take it off and go paint it and have a rolling chassis at the bottom and all that business. But that's a lot of work, and I don't have the time or the money. But it's part of just it's just having a cool ride. That's the way I look at it. And if it's a ride worth having, it's worth working on. Please do this and that. Help me grow a channel. Could you help me grow a channel? Does it make sense to grow a channel? Grow a channel. I'm trying to grow a channel. Could you help me grow a channel? Growing a channel. How many different times, different ways could I say grow a channel? Like it, subscribe.